This video is going to take you around the Nurburgring and show you what life is like around here and try to show you some of the key hot points where you want to visit without doing an actual lap. So, if that's the case, I hope you enjoy. Let's start first by entering at the Nurburgring complex. On the left hand side, that big red building, you'll see it's known for the Devil's Diner. And just there in front on the right hand side where the Golf is going, that is the entrance to the Nordschleife if you want to do a lap. You simply scan your green hell card and off you go. This area here where I'm currently passing through is the exit point for all the cars coming off after doing a lap. It gets pretty busy here. Lots of people like to sit here and stare, as well as just up here on the left there's a balcony area where you can get food from the Devil's Diner and get a pretty good view of the kind of home straight. Now in this car park you'll find some pretty awesome cars, a lot of gems, and majority of these cars are cars that are either just come off the ring or about to go on it. If you're trying to get down here just for leisure, finding parking here is going to be pretty tough as the majority of the spaces are all full up. So you can park in one of the car parks around the back and you can walk across to Devil's Diner. As you leave the Devil's Diner and the car park area and you get onto the roundabout and you turn left, you will then be heading up the back road which takes you up towards Apex and the Eiffel Castle. Now, roads around the Nurburgring are pretty slow, and let's be honest, if you want to drive fast, you have an entire Nordschleife where you can drive as quickly as you like. However, some people still like to take the piss a bit, so if you are coming around here, know that it's not a race circuit, and if you really want to drive fast, get yourself onto the ring. However, just on the right hand side is the Eiffel Castle. You'll be able to see it, and we'll touch on that bit shortly. As you come down the hill, you'll start to see places where you can rent cars. On the right there, you've got Rent for Ring, which do cars at reasonable prices. And here on the left, you've got Apex. And Apex is also a hotel if you wanted to stop by. And even just stopping by at Apex to have a look at what cars are about, there tends to be plenty of nice cars. This bit here, really nice. On the left hand side where that car's coming out, you can take that route straight down to the Pistonplatz, which is a very nice restaurant. And as you can see here on the right hand side, you've got BMW Nurburgring. If you have a look in there, there tends to be some very tasty cars. In this time round, there was an M4 CSL there at the time of the Nurburgring 24-hour race. Following this road all the way down will take you to the main roundabout where you can turn right and head towards the main Nurburgring complex. The main complex is predominantly there for the main GP track, so if you're coming to spectate any VLN races or anything that involves the track itself, you can go into the grandstands via there as well. And of course the iconic Nurburgring photo spot. Whilst everyone stops for a photo, technically you're not really allowed to do so, so just be careful if you're going to do that. Just past the big Nurburgring sign, you will see the roller coaster, which I've been to Nurburgring a number of times, but never really seen it in action before. And just here on the right, you've got one of the Linda hotels. Again, a really nice hotel, and actually the best part about it is that they overlook the track. So if you get a room with a track view, you can sit on your balcony and have a look at what's going on, if it happens to be on a race weekend. On the right hand side here, you've got some more restaurants, as well as the Esports Caf, which we'll pop into now, just over there. This car park is pretty easily accessible. On the road we were just on, all you do is turn right at the roundabout and then you end up here by the Esports Caf. So I'll quickly show you what's inside. This is one of my favourite cafes around the area, not only because it's very nicely set up, but also it's pretty full of simulators. So if you and your friends want to have a go and just kind of brush up on your skills before jumping on the track, you can have a look at the sims and have a lot of fun. Heading back on the road and running parallel to the home straight of the Nordschleife, as you can see by the Audi Sport sign on the left, you'll also see the best petrol station ever in terms of the amount of cars that use it. They are ultimately the most high performance cars that petrol stations ever feed. This one also has particularly reasonable petrol prices. However, you can pull in here not just for fuel, but there's a nice car park here and you can just stare at what comes in and out. Around the back of the petrol station there's also a hotel if you need to get rooms, as well as plenty of parking. That's also the place where you tend to end up going for media accreditation when doing the N24. Now, most people come here either to let off a bit of steam after doing some laps or just simply to spectate. Now, if you're into collectibles and these 1x18 scale cars or 1x43, then this is the place to come. Pop into the petrol station on the far left hand side. You will see a plethora of model cars that you can get your hands on. Whilst the petrol station fuel prices are cheap, the cost for all of these isn't, and there's also a whole load of Nurburgring merchandise if you want to grab some stuff before you head home, as well as getting the traditional Nurburgring sticker to slap on the back of your car. I mentioned earlier on about heading down to the Pistonplatz. Well, that's where we're going right now. Not only is Pistonplatz a restaurant, it's also the hotel which you can stay overnight if you wish. It's also really well known for being run by Sabine Schmitz's mother. However, just here on the right hand side, just down the stairs, is the entrance to Pistonplatz. This is where you can eat things such as steak on a stone, some good pizza, and it is an absolute vibe at night. And when it's busy, all of this area is completely covered in cars. And as you can see, just here on the left, you're not spoilt for choice in terms of supercars and the kind of things there are to cast your eyes over. And right on cue, here goes the Apex GT2 RS. Now, Apex offer a service which you can do ring taxis in if you fancy going around the ring without actually doing a lap yourself. Because let's be honest, a lap around the ring when you're driving is pretty daunting. You can see Rent for Ring here on the left, and this road just opposite Apex will take you up to the top of the castle. Well, not literally the top of the castle, it will take you to a point where you can park your car and you can then go up the castle. Very, very reasonable price, it doesn't cost an awful lot, and I think it's well worth it. Too many people come to the Nurburgring and don't explore this, and if you head to the top of the castle, you get a really nice view of the whole of the Eiffel region as well. So again, something different to do that doesn't involve hitting the track.